Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and I got the chance to sit down with one of the dealer trainers, the guy who goes around dealerships and trains the staff, on how the multimedia system works in the 2022 Toyota Tundra. He's going to go through all the features, and we'll talk about all the different features on the screen, and maybe why the map system is better than it is Google Maps. It's kind of an interesting discussion point there. So let's go ahead and get that video right now. System 14 inches.
All right. Yeah, 14 inches. We have an 8-inch. We don't have one here, but this will also come in an 8-inch. But once you move up in the grades, you're going to get a 14-inch on most of them. So anyway, here's the new system right here. This is really cool because this is a lot of work went into this. I mean, look at how pretty that is. I mean, that's a nice system right here, and it's also, you can go in like this. You know, it's got a lot of touch capability. You can go zoom out, you know, twirl around. So it's pretty sweet. The other cool thing I like that they added is, let's say you're like, okay, I think I want to go right over here by this bank or something like that. So you can kind of go like this and hold it down, and it'll pick up an address near there, and you're like, you know what, I think that's pretty close to where I'm going, and then you can go. So the fact that you can actually touch it and then pick a place to go, that's kind of neat. That's a new thing. This screen resolution here is 1080p on the 8-inch 720. The other neat thing about this system is the intelligent assistant. And what that means is, well, you're like, Tim, well, or Kevin, what does that mean? It's the new name for voice recognition, basically. Okay. Assistant is the non-subscription, and intelligent assistant is the subscription part.
So if you spend money, you're intelligent.
Yeah, so it's cloud-based.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah, it's cloud-based. So, but there is a trial.
Oh, there is a trial.
Yes. So
good. You know, I can't live without a trial. You know,
right? Yeah.
I got 19 emails for Netflix.
There you go. Yeah, me too.
I got tons of trials
every week. Yeah. So, yes. So the intelligent assistant part is pretty slick. It works with the wake phrase, not a wake word, like a wake phrase, like okay Toyota, hello Toyota, hi Toyota.
Oh, I see.
See, I just kicked it off. So let me give you.
Wait. So waking up the system.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Sure.
Yeah. Wake phrase. So, and it's neat because you can give it commands, you know, destinations, etc. Hey Toyota.
What can I do for you?
Find me a nearby Home Depot.
I found 15 results. The first is Prode-esque at the Home Depot at TX121. Would you like to go to that one?
Well, how long will it take me to get there?
Prode-esque at the Home Depot is 1.37 mile, and you should get there in 7 minutes. Would you like to go now?
Cancel. So I think that's neat also, Tim, because it shows you the fact that you can ask the assistant for directions somewhere, and you can interrupt her before she's done, and you can say, how long will it take me to get there?
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding.
There we go, cancel her. So that's kind of a neat feature as well.
I'm impressed that it listens to you.
Yes.
It doesn't argue with you back to you.
Well, okay.
And it does, and you can interrupt it. I mean, those are massive things here. This is quite the intuitive system here.
Yeah. Now, the other question I get a lot is, well, hey, what happened to like a home button?
Oh, yes.
Is there a home button?
Right.
I think our direction was to really go the next step in the future of audio multimedia, where we wanted to really do what we could to keep your hands on the wheel and not have to touch so much. This will always stay here. Okay. But, you know, you're in audio and you're like, okay, well, I want to go back to map. Well, don't hit this button so quickly. Just say, hey, Toyota.
What would you like to do?
Go to map.
Okay, showing the map.
And you do that while you're driving. So instead of having to take your hand off the wheel and touch it, you know, that kind of thing. Now, as far as the music part goes, right now we have Amazon Music going on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, we can play a little bit of it. We have the YouTube copyright police. They hear the music and they go, what do you do with our music?
Well, I wanted to show you, this is the part that is sort of, we're unique in this aspect where we're the first OEM to integrate Apple and Amazon into our system.
Yes.
Yes, and also this system is integrated with the Wi-Fi, so you need to have a Wi-Fi subscription in order to get integrated Apple and Amazon.
And that's an AT&T setup?
Correct. Yes, sir. Yep, that's the Wi-Fi part. So the other neat thing is that, through the Toyota app, through the Toyota app on our phone, you can go to your settings and pick, well, I have an Amazon Music, so you can make that your account, your default account, or I have Apple Music, I can make that my default account, and you can choose that. So that way when you go to it, you can say, hey Toyota,
what would you like to do?
Play Led Zeppelin.
Okay, playing Led Zeppelin.
And it might take just a few seconds because we're in this big concrete steel structure.
Also Zeppelin's hard to spell, so it's gonna take a little bit. You're going like ZZ Top or AC/DC or something, but it's like a Z in there. It's like a P. It's like, I don't know. It's like Scrabble. Was it 30 points in Scrabble?
I know, that's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good word if you get that one. I don't know if it's gonna work. Damn, let me see here.
Oh no, it's on.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's just the volume's down because of the YouTube.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, there you
go. So it's on.
So
it worked, but YouTube copyright.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right.
All right. So yeah.
So so that's kind of a neat thing. Of course, we kept the phone part. Have that. Of course,
right,
your favorites, all that. That's the standard stuff. You can look at your mileage, etc. There's some other. Let's see here.
Oh my goodness, 2.1 mile per gallon. Let me make up a bunch of bad facts about that and spread it across the internet. 2.1.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my little. Anyways.
The other new feature for the audio multimedia is what we call user profiles.
Okay.
So this user profile here is called Tundra Limited, and it's hooked up to this phone here through the Toyota app. And basically, the cool thing about this is, let's say you have all different sorts of things programmed. Favorite stations, how you have your air conditioning set. Maybe you want to have in kilometers instead of miles, whatever. You have just a lot of different settings. When you go to another vehicle of ours that has the same system, all that stuff will transfer with you.
Really?
Yeah. So that's the neat thing. Now, that other vehicle has to have those features,
sure.
seats or whatever, that sort of thing. But that's the part about user profiles. You can have up to 3. So maybe you and your significant other, and maybe one of your kids or whatever, and then of course there's a guest.
My kid's not driving my truck.
and then there's a guest profile as well. So that's kind of a neat thing here is the user profiles. You can have, of course, your standard up to 5 devices for Bluetooth.
Okay.
The other neat thing that we did, I don't know if you heard it in the presentation, but I think Ken said something like we improved the Bluetooth connectivity. And what we did is, if you want to look up there, see there's a mic up there?
Yeah.
And then here's a mic right here, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. More mics, nice.
Yeah, so I think what our goal was there is, let's say you're on a phone call, right? Mm-hmm. And let's say your wife's on she has her phone hooked up as well. So you can get a phone call, she can get a phone call, and you guys can both talk.
Wow. That sounds a little confusing to me because our phone calls are not the same phone calls. But
yeah,
fair enough.
So it's kind of neat that we have that ability to do that. So that's one of the improvements.
No, I do like. I like the mic is right here though, because this is more of a natural. I've seen some brands like they put it like over here, and it's like you got to have it near your head, right? That's
the standard thing. The standard OEM thing is like right here.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's like right there, right? But I mean, your voice is from your mouth, if I recall, and it's over here, right? Yeah. I mean, it's kind of allergy, but all right.
So some of the things also, like just to go along that, is like if I'm sitting here and we're driving, and I'm getting cold or whatever, or hot, I can say, "Hey Toyota," and it's not going to work because we have the ECU is not
the computer's not
pulled for this part. But if it was set up, you could say, raise the temperature, or I want to set it 72 or whatever, and she'll know it's me.
Oh, wow.
And then if you do it, she'll know it's you.
Okay, all right, sure.
Yeah. So that's also kind of a neat thing. It's just the way, where you're sitting. So that's the standard Bluetooth stuff. The other cool thing I miss with the Wi-Fi is for a long time we had 5 devices capable. Now we have 10. So up to 10 devices. And here's your Wi-Fi right here. And of course you have a hotspot.
Right.
And what that does is it makes your vehicle, like, kids in the back or whatever, friends, neighbors, whatever, if they have iPads, then they can use the hotspot, that sort of thing. The Wi-Fi part is really for like OTA. So like, let's say you're sitting in your garage and you have a good signal to your Wi-Fi in your house. You can hook up to it, and let's say if we have an over-the-air update, then you can get that update through using your Wi-Fi at your house. So
Okay.
that's kind of a cool thing too, and that way it'll get us the ability to push updates to our customers. So that would be a lot easier for us to make updates and that sort of thing, and have everyone have the current software.
Do you know yet? Have they announced? Is the over-the-air updates? Are you able to select those when you want them to install, or they just auto install on their own?
So, Chris, you're here. So you can do it manually, like where you can search and like say, are there any updates? But also we can push them, right?
So when there is a new software
Yeah.
that becomes available, there's a banner notification.
Okay, so banner notification comes up, and then you press whether you. Okay.
And
Yeah.
you can delay it. You don't have to do it. And there's a menu option where you can get in and you can view the software updates and do it at your convenience.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Manually.
Yeah. Because
Thank you.
I'm kind of a delay guy on updates. I've kind of learned,
That's fine.
learned my
That's
lesson over
fine.
the years, and so I just was curious because I owned a F-150 for a while. I had over the updates. And I never knew if it updated or not, and so
Right.
people were like, "Well, did you get an update?" And I'm like, "I don't know," and so it's nice to be able to see whether you get it or not.
So-
Oh yes, and wireless Apple CarPlay.
Yep. And so I wanted to show you, this is our iPhone right here, and you'll notice over here there'll be a change. So there's our map, right, and our music and everything. So once we connect,
Yeah,
see
you
that
get
right
the icon.
there, and
Yep.
now we have Apple.
Yep.
And this is your Apple.
Right.
And then here's just Apple Maps, just to give you an idea of the difference.
Okay.
One thing I want to point out that's very, very different from our native maps to the Apple CarPlay maps is this one's not as intuitive. Go ahead and start trying to tilt and
Yeah, you
as
see that?
quickly as it
Yeah.
is.
You can't really do that with, like Chris is saying, you can't do that with Apple Maps, or even, I don't think you can even do that with Google Maps, right, Chris?
No, you have to,
I mean,
can't
it's sort of
you
there,
can't
but
do
you
the
can't
tilt.
zoom in. Yeah,
but you'd actually have to come over here and do some tilts and stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
Whereas, like
Well-
Chris is saying, the cool thing here is you go to our map, and I think I showed you this earlier, Tim, is
You can zoom in.
and the fact that it's ours is a lot better. I think that's why if customers say, all right, Kev, why should we keep this map? Why should we pay for it? Well, after the trial, yeah, you want to definitely keep it because look at how awesome it is.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so
So
The map is awesome.
How often do you drive when you get out to an area where you lose connection?
I lose it pretty much all the time. So I live in a rural area, Nebraska, and what I like to do with vehicles is I take the navigation on, I drive to a spot where the screen goes blank because I'm in the field. Like, not like in the field working, literally I'm in the field. and the system doesn't know where we're at.
Yeah. Well, I know that with the new technology that we have with our cloud navigation system, just as an FYI, it's intuitive enough to know that when you're approaching an area with little or limited connectivity, so it expands the radius of download to the system so that when you get into that area where you have no connection, you still have the capability of using your map, searching for points of interest, as well as continuing the route. You don't have to worry about interruption.
Okay. That's cool because, yeah, I live in part of the country where there's nothing.
yeah.
There's nothing. That's why a lot of trucks still have the antennas for AM, FM because there's nothing out there. But shark fin's getting better. All right, so got that. I got a plug-in USB. I have the wireless USB there, or wireless charging.
Yeah, Qi right here. Yep, and then in here.
Qi, is that how you're saying that, Qi?
Yeah, it's Qi.
I've battled with that one. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you got a couple here.
A couple there, and this
Yep.
is the USB. Is that the C? Is that what we're calling that?
I think it's
2.0.
It's a C. I think it's a C.
It's whatever the hell they're calling these days. These
Yeah.
kids. Yeah.
These
Okay.
kids. And keep in mind, this is pre-production, so it's a little plastic.
Right.
It's not the finished product here.
I do have to say though, I like the dual armrest.
Yeah, that's
kinda nice.
That's sweet. Yeah.
You know what I like about it? It's saying that is your space.
Right.
That line from there over. Do not come over here.
Yeah.
Because you're just, it's nothing. So stay over there.
It should be on airplanes too.
Right, yeah. I mean, like, come on. Give me split going on here. There's no weird hand touching going on. It's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of everything in a nutshell.
And this is, like I said, you still have the 8-inch screen.
Which has the exact same functionality as this.
Just smaller.
It's just smaller.
All right, and then you have the 14. And then you were saying, was it limited and above for the 14? Sorry.
I don't know.
I'll put the information down below.
Yeah, that will.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then, of course, that is not the one that he was talking about.
Yeah. This is the manual one. There's a digital one too.
Right, and that one will have, like what do they say? The 5 national parks that will pop up. So make sure you get a
360 degree.
Yeah, because you're here.
Right there. So, do you have other options or just the one?
Go like this.
So you can change the color. Oh, change the color. And then does it have different camera angles or? Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And then, of course, you can just pause it.
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
Interesting. Huh.
There you go. There's how the multimedia system works. I've done a slew of videos on this Toyota Tundra. I'll put the link to a playlist over here. You can listen to designers, engineers, my viewpoints. I mean, just a lot of stuff going on in this playlist. Make sure you check that out. Check out the website down below as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.